and she was a little bit like a second mom to me because Kim and I were both in utero at the same time. And when we were born and growing up, we lived on the same street was it Birchwood? On Birchwood. And Denise was my babysitter sometimes. And she was just extremely loving. I think anyone who would meet her would say the same thing about Denise. And it is that everything she said she meant. She wasn't somebody who was a pleasantry person. She wasn't a how's the weather person. Denise was best in intimate situations where she, even if she didn't know you very well, you felt like you knew her very well by the time you left the conversation, because she was just one of those people who really meant everything she said. And with Joel, you're so right that she ended every conversation with, I love you, and she might have only known you for 15, 20 minutes, and she'd say to you as you left, you know, you're just wonderful, and I love you. And she was just a very warm, sweet person. But the two stories I wanted to share, aside from her being so sweet and wonderful, is the crazy Aunt Denise side. The side that I loved growing up as a kid. I said she was my babysitter. Well, my face kind of looks the way it looks because of an accident that happened at Denise's house. I was at her house. She was babysitting me, and she called my mom in hysterics and screaming and yelling, and Daddy's bleeding, Daddy's bleeding. Kim and I had been jumping on the bed, and I fell off face forward into a table. Broke my nose, and something with my cheek, I don't know. So my face is kind of crooked. I kind of think I owe that to Denise a little bit. And I think it's because she was free-spirited, and she kind of let us be free-spirited. Then another story about my free-spirited Aunt Denise. When Kim and I were, I don't know, somewhere under 21, it was Aunt Denise's house where we had our first game of quarters.
And I didn't know that either.
She was all like, as long as you're here and you're not driving and you're safe. And about a half a beer later, Kim and I were done. But that's how we learned to play quarters with Aunt Denise. So she was not only just a loving, generous, kind second mom, she was that fun, crazy aunt that every niece or nephew wants to have. Lady, it's your responsibility to be the crazy aunt in the family.
Done.
She's on the way.